everybody. This is Denise Barrett with The Real Deal. I am happy to have the opportunity to talk to you today. Today's topic is a serious one, and I'm bringing it up to you now because it is happening more and more, and I want you to be aware of it. And that is the topic of seller fraud. When someone who is not the owner of a property poses as a seller for the purposes of taking your money and running. Unfortunately, this is more common now because we are in the digital age, and so much can happen without being face-to-face, legit or not. And now they have really mastered the environment so that they can work without being detected. So the kind of property that tends to be targeted are properties that have less oversight, meaning it's vacant land, it's a second residence of someone, or a vacation home, or a rental property that someone has and there are tenants in, or tenants not in, but they don't live there. Those kinds of properties tend to be targeted more than any others. Now, there are some red flags that I want you to be made aware of depending on your role in the transaction, things I'd like you to keep in mind. If you are a listing agent, you probably get contacted quite often via email or text saying, hey, I'd like you to consider listing my property. That in and of itself is not unusual. But if someone contacts you that way and then says, hey, I am out of the country or out of state and can't see you to take care of this transaction. I can only be contacted via email or text. I won't be at the closing. It'll have to be a remote closing. And oh, by the way, I'd like to use my own notary. Now, any one of those things individually may not be a problem. But when you start piling all of this together, you have the picture of someone who doesn't want to be known, right? So my suggestions are this. If you are contacted by someone remotely, which happens a lot, schedule a video call so that you can see a face. Video calls are also recordable in case you need it later. On that call, ask to see an ID. And then you have a point of comparison between the face that you're looking at and the face on the piece of paper that they're holding. You may also ask information that they should know. They should know all of the information on their identification. They should also know all of the information about the property. They should know how long they've owned it. They should know how much taxes they pay on it. They should know whose name is on the record. All of those things need to match. So take that as your first line of defense. If you sense any caginess, walk away. No listing is worth losing your license. Now, let's say you are a buyer. You are in the market for a distressed property, right? Or a for sale by owner. You want to buy it to lay your hands on it. You want to make it your own. You want to use it as an investment property, whatever. My advice to you is to be very cautious when you are looking outside of the MLS. You're looking outside of realtors, and you're looking at exclusively for sale by owner sites, or Zillow, where someone can put in a listing on their own, and you can do that. A number of sites allow you to do that. You can do some research yourself. If you think that you're talking to the real seller, then again, you can ask for identification and do the same points of verification that the listing agent should do. You can get information about that property that it's public. You go to the tax records, you can see who the name of the owner is, you can see how long they've owned it, you can do some testing there. My recommendation to you is that you go to whatever property that you want to buy. Lay eyes on it. Is there a sign in the yard? Is there any sign of life? Is there a tenant there? Is it well kept? Does it look abandoned? You can talk to the neighbors. Hey, I just want to let you know I might be a future neighbor. I wanted to get an idea of what you thought of the neighborhood. Are there any concerns, or what are the best points about it, so that you can get a temperature for the property that you're looking at. So those are a few high points. We've got a few others listed here. You might want to save this particular conversation from the real deal in case you want to circle back to it. There's going to be quite a few more points over here as far as what to look for and who to contact if there's a question, or what your course of action might be if you feel like you're talking to someone who may not be legit. As always, I love spending time with you. If you have any questions or concerns or want some clarification, just put it in the comments. I look at them and I'm more than happy to talk to you about your situation and see what we can do to make things better for you. So in the meantime, you have a great rest of your day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.